welcome.
All right.
Khalid,
Justin,
it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. We're going to be hosting the very first episode of New World Anarchy.
New World Anarchy. And we're
That's
going to
correct.
discuss a few things that will blow your mind.
Yes, this is a very important conversation that Justin and I will be sharing, and I hope you guys will really enjoy this as much
Because
as
it's
you
been a long time coming, and we really have some very important things to reach out to the world to say.
Yes.
Because in these pertinent times, this mass hysteria, a lot of things that are going below the radar, above the radar, and we just want to discuss these things to make sure that all of you are prepared for what's coming ahead and what's already passed.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's very important, especially these times, 2020, everything that's happening, it's just, it's beyond the twilight zone at this point, right?
I mean, it's gone to hell in a handbasket in about 3 months. If you asked me in January 1st, when I was drinking a gin and tonic and having a nice imbibe time with my friends and family, if this would happen 3-4 months later, I would have no clue.
If I told somebody in 2019 about quarantine that's not only in this country, but worldwide, people would laugh.
Worldwide.
People would laugh. Nobody would believe it.
You can't go to Hawaii now unless you stay 2 weeks in quarantine, and then they'll let you hang out in the island. You can't go to Michigan and just go to your neighbor and ask for a cup of tea or, sugar that you might have forgotten from the store. Nope, you're not allowed. We're not allowed to go to the beach here. Well,
No,
hey,
no.
I've been to the beach. Have you been to the beach?
I haven't, not
It's
yet.
pretty nice. We're not even allowed to play basketball.
Yeah.
They put these
Social-
orange nets around the basketball hoops.
Social distancing, complete social distancing of 6 feet, no touching, no walking around, no congregating of any sorts, no touching, no hugging, no kissing, nothing. That's the world we live in now, right?
Hey, but look, we're friends.
Yeah. So,
Shalom.
but at the same time,
We're living the best lives ever,
We
and
have
that's
to.
why we're here to prepare you for the future. And we're going to discuss some interesting things that
Yeah.
popped into our minds lately that everyone should know about.
I'm sure you guys have been contemplating these as well, these topics that we'll be talking about. Hopefully, it's something that you guys firmly believe in your hearts as well. It's not something that just Justin and I share as individuals, but it's been something that that's been really been coming up for the past few years, actually. It's
And I would rather not be in this room with this fella at the moment. Truth be told, I'd rather be in the Cannes Film Festival or in Japan at the Olympics or, in Toronto or Telluride or Venice for the film festivals.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is not the circumstance. So we're going to do the best we can. We're going to buy guns, ammo, seeds, the garden, and make the best lives ever given the circumstances.
Yeah.
And make this crisis into an opportunity just like the politicians are. Because these fellows actually, they shut down the skateboard parks and the basketball courts and the playgrounds, but guess what's still open? The golf courses.
Oh.
The rich and the elite are still allowed to play
The golf
How
courses
about that?
are open. And
So yes, would you
besides-
like to go play some golf?
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah. How about the liquor stores?
Oh,
Those are
there
essentials,
you
right?
go.
Liquor
That is
stores
a-
are essential
that is
because we
very
need
essential.
liquor to survive.
That is very
We
true.
don't need seeds to survive. No, seeds. Who needs seeds?
Well,
Liquor, liquor.
we would like some grapes. So
Yeah.
if anyone would like to submit some grape, we can cruise around, have some lovely ladies, maybe crush some grapes with us. So stay tuned for that next episode.
But for now, let's for
now we're gonna
let's go
get to
ahead
more
and get-
serious things, right?
And what's been going on? How did all this begin, Justin? What happened?
Well, I was in Los Angeles and I heard about some kind of it wasn't a plague. It's not a plague.
No.
It's not even really a virus.
No.
I mean, what really
is
is
it?
it?
Is it? That's the
It's
thing.
not terrorism and it's not a war.
Yeah.
There's no war been declared on us. It's
So-
just some kind of like freakish thing that's out and about in the air
Okay, so
or on the soles of your shoes. Who
so
knows?
it's called coronavirus, right? COVID-19 is the official name, and
And it came from
China. As Trump has been fortunate enough to call it the Chinese virus. Right?
That's true.
That's what it is.
And I actually got it because I was in La Marche, Italy, and I designed some fine Italian leather shoes.
Mhm.
So I think I got it because my shoes were infected. So now I'm cool. Are you cool?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I actually traveled to Costa Rica.
Well,
I traveled to Costa Rica at the heart of the infection in the great United States of America.
but
That's
you
what
were
was-
allowed to come back.
I was allowed to come back.
Fortunately,
I
or
was there-
unfortunately, I don't know,
I was
because
there for 5 days.
we're not even allowed to go to Japan at the moment.
We're not allowed to go
The
to
Japanese
Europe.
people
Yeah.
don't want us. And then, if we go to Europe, it's going to take us 30 days to come back.
30 days. That's true.
So where are we allowed to go?
At this point, I'm not even sure if we're allowed to go across states driving.
Well, they don't like the New Orleans people to come around here. I know that.
Yeah,
They don't like the New York folk to come around here.
Well, speaking of the
Are
virus.
we allowed to? Are
Yeah.
we allowed to go? I don't know.
Well, speaking of the virus, okay. So, what's the official narrative here? The official narrative is that this virus, COVID-19, emerged from Wuhan, right? It came from Wuhan, and the official narrative goes that a man ate a bat, and then the bat was
Who's the official narrative?
the official narrative.
Farachi?
Farachi.
Or the Attorney General, or the Surgeon
Oh.
General, or who's saying that?
Yeah,
I have no
see,
idea.
all I know is that it came from mainstream media,
Yeah,
right? Mainstream media. But
Can you-
how
can you-
accurate
yeah,
is
exactly.
mainstream media? I mean, what do you have? You have Fox News, you have CNN, you have NBC, MSNBC, Bloomberg,
Fox
you have
Business.
Fox Business. So,
Who do you trust?
yeah,
I don't trust anyone.
no.
None of those people.
I mean,
Do you trust any of those people? I don't.
MSM.
Do you guys
How
trust any
how
of those people?
accurate can someone behind a television wearing a suit and delivering a message, who is basically telling you what he knows according to the people that are
Or they're just news readers.
reporting, right?
They just read.
Yeah.
Like if I was just gonna say, hello, my name is Justin Patak, and this is the news today. Hello, this is Khalid, and we're just gonna sponsored by a lot of pharmaceutical companies,
Mm-hmm.
and so buy a lot of pharmaceutical pills and also stocks.
Yeah.
Buy more stock.
Yeah.
Buy stock in pharmaceutical companies and what else? Well, hey,
Bonds.
gasoline is
Gasoline is cheap.
$1.55.
Yeah.
$1.55 a gallon.
Stocks are
How
going
about
up. Yeah. Stocks are going up. So whatever the mainstream media says must be accurate because they know everything. I mean, we the people, we don't know anything. Apparently they know everything, and especially when it comes to the virus that came from Wuhan, and
Yeah.
a man ate a bat because that's how viruses are transmitted nowadays.
They get the
They-
press release, so
yeah.
we should trust them.
So
You know,
viruses
if
are
they
able
get the
to-
press release from the government and then they're submitting it on the airwaves, then we should trust them. You know,
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah,
I mean, or else,
It's
or else
very
what?
true.
Or else what?
yeah.
Or else we're gonna be free thinkers,
Mm-hmm.
like rebels,
Mhm.
iconoclasts. Like I don't know. That's very dangerous now. You don't want to do that. There's like drones that come out
Yeah.
and tell you, like, well, you know, make sure that you
Yeah.
you're legitimate person who is conducting themselves in the correct, proper response to this epidemic.
Right.
Pandemic.
Right,
Epidemic. I don't know what the difference is.
Epidemic first, and then pandemic.
And
Well-
then what? And then what's next?
Yeah.
Complete shutdown of the entire industry and capitalism, and so no one can work. I can't work. You
Yeah.
can't work. We try to work. Can you work? Please tell us. I mean, what are we
Working-
doing?
Yeah.
Are we gonna go around and honk horns and shout out from the rooftops, or what's next? Because
That's the
this is a
question.
violation of our First Amendment and our Fourth Amendment rights.
Mhm.
We have the right to free assembly.
Mhm.
There's no way that anyone can tell me that I can't have 9 or 10 people hang out together.
Yeah.
There's no way that anyone can tell
Who
me
has that
who has
authority?
that authority to say 50 people can't hang out. I was at the beach no problem. I'm not saying like, hey, let's tear down and skateboard and play basketball 5-on-5 full contact. But if I wanted to, take my midnight glow-in-the-dark basketball,
Right.
play some midnight hoops,
Okay.
without anyone around,
Right.
who's to say?
Yeah.
Is that healthy? I think it's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Mr. Larry, the mayor,
So,
he said if you have evidence
Mhm.
that we can allow the beaches to be safe and free, please provide it to me. And I was like, Mr. Mayor, I have evidence that we can get the beaches open and it's completely healthy.
Mhm.
I'll send you those scientific evidence. And
Right.
I'll send you myself,
Yeah.
who went to the beach and that was perfectly safe. So that's, anecdotal evidence,
Mhm.
which some people say anecdotal evidence, is not legitimate,
Right.
but still. When
So
you
we
get,
have to-
you just collaborate and
Yeah.
then,
What we have to do right now is that, okay, so we've been in quarantine in the States for 4 weeks now. Officially. At least
6.
4 weeks.
Yeah,
6 weeks if you include New York and California.
exactly. I
And-
was there. Yeah.
And their lockdown and quarantine is on another level. Because
Same with
there's
Michigan.
there's no traffic whatsoever. People are in their homes. They can't exit their houses whatsoever, unless it's for essentials.
I know a friend of mine who's been there 7 weeks alone
Yeah,
in his house.
yeah.
Can you imagine that? I see people every day. I'm not afraid. I've already had the virus. I'm cool. But can you imagine 7 weeks?
Mhm.
Wouldn't you go mad?
Yeah. I can't even imagine 1 week.
I know. So now what are we going to do next? We're going to just honk our cars? No,
Yeah,
we have to do more than that.
Yeah.
We have to step it up a little bit. We're asking you
Well-
all for some, advice.
Yeah.
Because this aggression will not stand, man. It's like, the Big Lebowski. We have to stand up for our rights and just be like,
That's the thing, rights, right?
This is insane. And this is our First
What happened to
Amendment,
our
this is our
rights?
Fourth Amendment.
Do people
And,
even
like-
have rights nowadays? Do people even question
Don't
what
you think
rights
that
are?
the last thing you would do is just say like, oh, church is gonna be shut down?
Yeah.
That's the last thing you do. What?
Yeah.
That was the first thing they did. Shut
Yeah.
down church.
Yeah.
No matter what, you could be like, a Buddhist, a
Right.
Zoroastrian, a
So-
Jew, Hebrew,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Right.
You have freedom of religion in this country. At least we did until 6 weeks ago.
Mhm.
So what are we gonna do now? That's the whole point
Yeah.
of this entire conversation. Like right now, we have to stand up for our rights and say this aggression just will not stand. Because what, are they gonna throw money at us? You think
Yeah.
that's gonna make any difference? No, because the Federal Reserve is gonna just destroy the whole monetary supply system.
Yeah. That's
Because
they've been doing.
it's paper.
Yeah.
And then what? Oh, so when they exhaust that system, it's gonna be like Zimbabwe and Venezuela, and we're walking around in barrels to buy a loaf of bread with paper cash. With what? Thomas Jefferson on the bill, Benjamin Franklin. I remember 20 years ago, Benjamins were the dopest shit. $100 bill.
What does
What
it
does a
buy
$100
now?
bill get you now?
Can you even buy a carton, like a
Nah.
full grocery cart right now? If you go to Walmart or Publix, or if you go to Kroger's or somewhere, can you buy a full grocery cart with a $100 bill? I don't think anywhere, even not now, but even years ago, like 2019 or 18, you can do it. Inflation, people see, what's the official story for inflation? Like 1 or 2% a year?
Usually.
How can that possibly be?
Not at 2.1 trillion.
Yeah.
No way.
We had the
No way in
largest.
hell.
We had the largest relief package in history, with $2.2 trillion.
Exactly. And they're
That's
doing even more.
That's a
They-
number that I don't think any one of us can even imagine. And it's not even that. It's just the fact that the Federal Reserve has been printing money nonstop, every day, for years now. And so what happened in 2019, Justin?
Quantitative easing.
What happened in 2019? In 2019, before the coronavirus, okay? So this was prior to the coronavirus. In 2013, the Federal Reserve cut rates 3 times. 3 times they cut interest rates. But people aren't aware that because before the coronavirus, we had the greatest economy in history, right? It was the greatest economy.
Plunge protection
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, stock
It was-
market's looking cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you baby boomers.
Mhm.
Hey, look at your stock market accounts.
Yeah. That's
All smooth sailing. Oh, wait. Oh, there's a little hiccup. Oh, okay. Now we come the comeuppance.
Mm.
Now shit's hitting the fan.
So
What's their solution?
quantitative easing.
Hey, we'll just
How
put
do
some
you
more
get
money.
how do you get
Just
out
put
of
some
debt?
more money.
How do you get out of debt?
Why not?
By burying yourself in debt.
Why not?
That's what you do. I mean, hey, we got ourselves into the situation.
And then,
with debt,
hey,
right?
we're just gonna shut it all down so none of y'all can actually talk to each other, and we can express our words and our frustrations.
Yeah.
And then, let's just see what's happening in the Middle East.
Mm.
How about that? Oh, you guys didn't even remember there's a whole war going on
Yeah,
out there.
What was happening?
Yeah, let's
Hey,
see. Let's
what
let's
was
talk
happening-
about that.
What was happening in 2019, Justin? I think people nowadays forgot about 2019, right? It feels like 2019 was what, like a decade ago now at this point?
I
We're-
think
we're
there
in
was
April
some
now.
like a lot
So-
of men,
Yeah.
women, and children who
Yeah.
were innocent
Do people remember what was
who
happening?
passed away. I
Do,
think
Are people
some of
aware?
our politicians had something to
Yeah.
do with that.
Were people aware of what was going on in France in 2000 or late 2018, right?
Gilets jaunes.
Yeah.
Yellow
How about
vests.
Paris with the riots and the protests going on there for what, like over a year? With how many people in Paris? 1.5 million people.
So are you guys gonna stand up? I mean, that's the question. I mean, like, we're gonna provide you with a lot of information, but the whole thing is like we're the remnant.
Yeah.
So we're trying to like get people who are interested, involved, and want to help coordinate a world of peace, liberty, and prosperity. No matter where you are in the world, you could be in Monte Carlo, New Zealand, in the
Tokyo,
gutter.
Shanghai, Venezuela. It doesn't matter
Jack's
where you
Beach.
are. It doesn't matter where you are, exactly. It doesn't really matter where you are.
But we need to
You
stand
have
up.
to-
So let's coordinate, and we
You
can
can't live
in
in
a peace,
fear.
peaceful, prosperous world. It's possible.
You just can't live in fear. That's the thing, because everything that the mainstream media is
So that's why we're standing up, and we
inputting.
hope you as well.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, all you watch in mainstream media, it doesn't matter what avenue that you use. What is it? It's just fear. That's all it is. And what is fear? Fear is basically the currency of control. That's all fear
That's
is.
exactly true.
That's all it is. And they're using that to control people because what happens? When you go outside, you're gonna get sick, right? You have to wear a mask. You have to wear gloves. You have to wash your hands consistently, right? You always have to be washing your hands.
Yeah. Shout out to Ryan Seacrest. He told me how to wash my hands. So thank
Yeah.
you, Ryan Seacrest, because
Yeah.
I would have never known about how.
I didn't
to
even
wash
know what a
my
hand
hands.
sanitizer
Yeah.
was before this coronavirus.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I discovered something new.
Mariah Carey also hooked me up too. She told
Yeah.
me how to wash my hands. So
Yeah.
peace out.
Yeah.
Love you.
These are crazy, interesting times. What do the Chinese say? May you live in interesting times. That's a Chinese proverb.
Yeah, and I always thought that was a fun thing to say,
Yeah.
but actually it's a curse.
It is-
It's not a blessing. It's actually a curse.
Maybe it's both. Maybe it's a
It
curse
could be.
disguised as a blessing and a blessing disguised.
Well, that's why that's exactly why we're here,
Yeah.
to turn this into an opportunity. Because the government says, turn every crisis into an opportunity, every
Right.
emergency into an opportunity.
Right.
Well, just two fellas, we think we have a little modicum of understanding of what's going on in the world. So we're trying to help
You
people.
try to at least.
And then we'll see if we can get the remnant together
Yeah.
and move forward like a snowball effect, and then sky's the
Well,
limit.
I think what's been really happening to the world. I'm not just speaking for this country, but what's been happening to the world is that I believe the world has just been fed up with everything that's been going on. People are working, they don't really get anything in return. They're not really compensated for their work, for their labor for years on end. I mean, just for example, what was happening in the Middle East and what was happening in Europe, people were rioting. This was in 2019, 2018. People were rioting in Europe and in the Middle East, in South America, and even like in Asia as well, because they were
Did you
just
ever have the purple thumb?
no,
Yellow thumb? Purple thumb?
I don't believe in any of those.
Okay. See, he
Those
votes for
colors.
himself. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He stands up and he says, vote for yourself. That's what we do. We vote for ourselves. We're not voting for anyone. We're standing up as our own two individuals in sovereignty, but also in cooperation to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
So let's just give peace a chance, right?
Like the Beatles said, right? Let's give peace a chance.
We could do that.
However, we really have to come together as one, as
Well, that's why
As a uniting
we would
force.
like some other help.
that's the biggest issue, because they've been dividing, and they always divide us by everything. What is it?
Well, it's the
They
Hegelian dialectic.
divide us by
Yeah,
sex,
yeah.
by race, by
They want you to.
ethnic background,
They
nationality.
want you to argue about abortion
Mm,
or gun rights or all kinds of things that
yeah,
it's never gonna change.
yeah,
You know, like okay, oh you're pro-choice, I'm pro-life. Oh, you're pro-choice. I know. Ah, well, nothing's gonna change. I mean, those guys in robes and those silly black robes have already discussed that for years and years. Nothing's gonna change.
yeah, yeah.
Same with gun rights.
Well, if you ask yourself this, okay, so we elected Trump back in 2016, right? And before him, we elected Obama. Before him, we elected Bush. Before him, it was Clinton. What has really changed in this country since I have the coronavirus?
Eisenhower.
Sorry about that. I have the coronavirus.
Eisenhower.
I don't want to. Well, you already had it.
Oh, oops.
You already had it, so.
Yeah, I'm good, but
You can-
here, just to make sure I'll
Yeah.
be safe.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Since
what-
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower, yeah. So what has really changed for the past few decades? We've been electing these politicians, right? And we've been electing these congressmen, these senators, these House of Representatives, these governors. I mean, I haven't seen anything change. Has there been a mass?
I've tried.
Yeah. Has
I've
there
tried.
been like a mass transformation from one governor or one president to another? I haven't seen any changes at all. I mean, what we get Republicans for two terms, and then
Well, we
get
can talk about the JFK assassination and the
Yeah.
RFK assassination
Yeah.
and what happened with Malcolm X
Yeah.
and Martin Luther King, but there hasn't been that kind of radical change in a long
Exactly.
time, and I think that we're
Yeah.
kind of like primed for it
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
moment.
That's true.
So we just have to figure out if it's going to be a positive change.
Mhm.
Because here in we're doing a positive action committee. It's not a political action committee. It's a positive action committee, PAC. And we're just looking for help and donation, or not even donation, just people who are like-minded, who believe in the things we're saying and want to spread the good news.
Our only objective is to try and spread the message, because we're just messengers. At the end of the day, we're not better than any of you people. We're not smarter than any of you people.
I don't know.
All we're trying to do is just spread a message to try and wake people up, if that's possible, to see everything beyond the bigger picture.
And then, I mean, in Michigan now, you can't even go over to your neighbor's place. That's insane.
Yeah.
So now, if that happened here, this wouldn't be possible. So we're just trying to make sure that we open the lines of communication all around the world to people who are of like minds. That's it.
Yeah. That's
so
all
if you
we're-
believe in peace, liberty, prosperity, and you have anything to say, then please discuss it, and then we can reconnoiter at
Feel free to type any comment you want. Feel free to share your information with us. We would love to hear from you guys.